Good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the AA word of the day. And the word for today is "it works." And another really short quote: "It works. It really does." That's from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 88. And here's a daily reflection commentary. When I got sober, I initially had faith only in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. Desperation and fear kept me sober, and maybe a caring and/or tough sponsor helped. Faith in a higher power came much later. This faith came slowly at first after I began listening to others share at meetings about their experiences that I had never faced sober, but that they were facing with strength from a higher power. Out of their sharing came hope that I too would and could get a higher power. In time, I learned that a higher power, or faith that works under all conditions, is possible. Today, this faith, plus the honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to work the steps of the program, gives me the serenity I seek. It works. It really does. What a great quote, because it does. It worked for me. And I had just about given up. My first attempt. Oh, you notice I shaved my head like in my old swimming days. That'll get me through the summer. It works. It really does. I was convinced that it didn't and that I could find the secret, which never happened. And now I admit that it works. It really does if you follow the steps suggested. I always, from the very first memory I had, believed in God and had heard God discussed by my parents. And one of the reasons probably was when I was 1 year old, on my not on my birthday, but at a celebration of my birthday, my older brother, who was 2.5, named John, drowned in a river right near our house. Well, it backed up to the house. And from that point on, my dad and my mom talked about their faith, getting through. I didn't know everything that they were saying, but he would tell me my brother John was with God, and he was doing very well, and not to worry. So from my very earliest time that I can remember, my parents discussed God with me, and so there was never a time that I can remember that I didn't believe in God. But I had a kind of skewed perception of what God was there for. He was there to give me the brains and I'd do the work. Kind of like, someone hires you out to fix a job and you do it and they stay in and do the accounting work. And so that's what got me going on my quest to find out how I could drink in safety. But never did I not believe in God. So, what is this saying to us? That it took this person that wrote the daily reflections a long time to come to faith in God. And I've been at meetings where people describe their holy power in words that are definitely not God, more like cartoon characters. And I could never do that. I take God seriously, and God as a person, or even beyond personhood. God, because He existed before time, and So for me, when I say I believe in a higher power, I do it with respect of do God, do an omniscient, omnipotent God. And I know this because from that very first day, the urge to drink was lifted. Now, I don't mean I never have it or never had it back then, but that constant urge to pick up a drink and drink like 16 hours out of the day was lifted from me. And I believe it was my higher power. Almost as if he's saying to me, you wasted all that time trying to figure out how to drink in safety, and the only way to drink in safety is not to drink. And so that's how I feel about it. And this writer speaks about, today this faith in God, plus the honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to work the steps of the program, gives me the serenity I speak. And I once had a sponsee who said, what's all this with steps? And I tried to explain spiritual growth is possible through the steps. When we make amends for all the wrongs we did. And to some people, that doesn't seem like a big issue, but if you don't do it, you're going to be held back. Just like I was held back. And if you minimize things, that's even worse. So you get it all out there. You only got to do it once. You make amends, and that's it. God forgets. He says he forgets. And you promise to do the next best thing, not pick up the next drink. And at least that's my take on it. And the steps are keys to spiritual development. And if you don't have the spiritual development, then you're pretty much a dry drunk. You're not drinking, but you're not advancing spiritually. And that's a pretty bad state to be in, not drinking, but not advancing. So that's my take on the daily reflections today. Have a safe and sober Saturday, March 1st. I can't believe it. Oh, I got something to tell you. Usually at the beginning of the month, I break it down into 2 parts. So I don't have the book, Daily Reflections. I should get it. And hold on. So I print down, for like March, I would print down March 1st through the 15th, and then the 16th through the 31st. Well, this is what I printed down. This is the first, and this is the second. And after that, my printer ran out of ink, so you think I would stop and look? Nope. I printed March 1st through March 2nd through the 15th, and this is all I can read. The other ones are blank pages. I do have an ink cartridge, so I'm going to replace it, but things like that happen whenever I take myself too seriously. That I could plow through half a month's readings and not even check that they were actually printing where I could read them. So I thought that was funny, at least to me. We got to keep a sense of humor. And as I said, God bless, and have a safe and holy and sober Saturday.